Welcome back to Sex, Love, and Relationships. I'm your host, Vanilla Spice, and today I have a great guest. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Hi, my name is Mark Gross.
Any social media you want to put out there?
No.
Okay. So today we are talking about, once again, this is Pride Month. So Mark is an openly gay
Yes.
man.
How you doing?
Yes, honey. So we're going to talk about that. So let's start out with your upbringing. How was your childhood, Mark?
um, single parent household. Grew up. We kind of, bounced around a bit from borough to borough, but typical hood story, I guess. Single family household. Three other siblings. Yeah. Like I would say we were like, we were kind of poor. We were kind of, we were kind of struggling a little bit, but it wasn't. But it was nothing that it was a norm in the neighborhoods we were living in.
Okay.
Mhm.
So now you being a gay man, did
Yes.
you always know that you was gay? Like, how was it when you were like growing up as a young boy? Like, what did you do? Did you know that you was always different from young, or did that transfer with age?
Uh, I've always had an attraction towards men, but when you're young, especially before you reach puberty and you get into middle school and high school, you don't know what that is. You don't understand what's happening. You just know, like, oh, you know, I feel something for him. And like, while little Bobby is like, I want to be with Ashley, you're like, well, Bobby, how about me and you?
Bobby, why can't we be together?
Exactly. Fuck Ashley. So like, so while growing up, as I think I would say I knew since I was like maybe like 8 or so. Because I
Mhm,
remember my first crush, what I ever felt something was I had a crush on Prince, believe it or not, the singer Prince.
mhm.
And I remember I was watching the movie Purple Rain, and there was a sex scene, and I was like, oh, I wish that girl wasn't there. So when they were making love,
So like what was that
so,
feeling like? Like what if you remember like what was that
yeah,
feeling that you felt? Like for regular heterosexual individuals, like they feel like the connection between like another man and woman and they get aroused by what they're seeing or whatever they're reading.
yeah.
How was that feeling for you?
Well, at the time, I was 8, so I couldn't quite identify what it was. It was like something like, oh, this feels interesting. This feels, kind of good, but
Mhm.
you don't have any words to place it. And when you're a kid, you don't know back then, because kids these days know a lot. But back then you don't know no better, so it's just like, it's whatever, it's normal, it's just what it is to you. Until what happens is, I think how people's minds and brains warp towards sexuality or towards whether something good or bad is
Mhm.
the influence from the people around you, whether it's your family or whether it's teachers and stuff like that. So it's once you get into like your older years and you learn more and people place their opinions on things on you, and that sometimes can affect how you may look at things, I feel like.
So do you feel like excuse me, do you feel like or did you feel like, some people opinions or attitudes towards homosexuality made you kind of like keep yourself more hidden, or did you want to come out even more?
When I was going through puberty, the middle school age, between I would say uh, around, I would say between like 11 and like 13-ish,
Hmm.
that's when you're really going, hormones are raging, everything's going on,
You
you
a
get
geek.
growth spurts. Yeah, basically, a whole bunch of stuff is happening. I remember my first crush was one of my best friends in my class at the time, and I had such a crush on him.
Oh yeah,
And
no, I know.
and yeah, so oh god, damn, I'm forgetting where I'm going at now. So yeah, I used to hear around the house family say a lot of derogatory stuff about gay people, and
Mm-hmm.
like homo, use the word homo a lot, use the word faggot, and it was always used in such a negative way. It
Mm-hmm.
was always used like say like it's a bad thing. So even when I was trying to figure myself out and trying to figure out where did I stand in this, how do I identify, even if I would admit to myself that I was gay, it was fearful to even um, admit it to
Mm-hmm.
out loud to anyone. Because I used to always get, I was that boy where I would play with my sister Barbie dolls and then get caught with it. What the fuck you play with that for, you little faggot? So I'm like, oh shit,
Oh gosh.
I just want to do her hair. I want to make her look bomb biggity shit.
I can't stand that word faggot. Something about
Yeah.
that word, it just triggers like my blood flow to stop. And it's just like,
Mhm.
oh, like it's disgusting. Like it just should be a word that should never exist. Like
Yeah, I agree.
faggots. Definitely like in a like
Well, because it was originally, well, in London, it means cigarette or bundle of sticks, they say. So
yeah.
it's interesting how we can transfer words into meaning different stuff.
That's how the
Okay.
generation works. You just take one word that means
Yeah.
one thing and it's like you
Yeah.
use it for all different types of shit.
Exactly.
That's like how weird the world works.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
what was your coming out story? How did
Whew,
that go?
okay. So, okay, it was a little bit of a two-part situation. I'll make it simple. So basically, I was like, I want to say 14 when the first person I told was a cousin of mine's. Her name was Tisha, and I was at her house, and we were hanging out, chilling, and her parents were gone, and we were just chilling, watching cable television. And I don't know if you remember, but back in the days with cable television with the old boxes,
Yes.
sometimes if you know how to play with the buttons, you could get all the good channels. And
Yeah.
we happened to run across some of that late night, like what was it, like Playboy, or like what was it called, Spicy or
BT
something?
late night shit.
All that. No, but this was like they were showing like dick and everything in this. This wasn't no BET late
Oh
night.
yes, like I forgot what channel that was. I guess everyone was different.
Yeah.
It was like, but I remember those channels, like 72 or some
Yes.
shit.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So we came across that, and like it was this couple on there we were watching, and the guy was like, "Oh, I'm making a tent," and you saw him having an erection, and he's getting hard, and I was like, "Oh, his tent looked good," and it kind of just came out naturally without even thinking. And my cousin was like, "What?" So she asked me, she's like, "You like that?" I'm like, "Yeah, it looks nice." And then she's like, "Are you gay?" I'm like, "I don't know, I think so," or whatever like that. So fast forward, I'm out one Saturday, hanging out with some friends, and then I ring the bell. I come home, I ring the bell. My cousin's there, the same cousin I confided in. She opens the door for me, go upstairs into the apartment. So much of my family's there in the living room. They're like my mother, aunts, cousins, and siblings. They're sitting around in the living room. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And when I come into the room, it's like quiet, so like, oh, the guest of honor has arrived.
Oh
So I'm
God.
like, yeah, it felt so uncomfortable. I could feel the energy, like something ain't
It's
right here.
off. Yeah.
Hmm. So they was all ambushing me and asking me, "Oh, are you gay?" Da, 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 da. Teacher told us this, that, and the third. I'm like,
Oh God.
this bitch here. So I was like, so I was pissed. I didn't talk to her for a while after that because I felt like, like I trusted you, or like, how could you do this? Like, that was like it's not
Something
your
for
place
me to
to.
do. Like, why are you taking something
Yeah,
from me? Yeah, you to
exactly.
do.
It's enough for me to deal with it now.
Mm.
You putting it in your own hands as if trying to be Captain Save a Ho or whatever.
Yeah.
So I denied at the time when they asked me because I'm being ambushed and it's uncomfortable and I'm still trying to understand myself and then like you guys are just thrusting this all at me. I'm like, whoa, 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 and I'm just like, no, just to get them off my back.
Mm-hmm.
And so fast forward to like I think I want to say 15. Yeah, I was 15 when I came out, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come out. And I always said to myself, there was a point when I finally accepted my sexuality fully,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm never gonna come out. I'm gonna move to Atlanta because I've always heard about Atlanta being gay capital. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm gonna move to Atlanta, and I'm just gonna live my life freely and never tell nobody, never tell my family, so I could just live my life and then whatever. But at the same time, it got to be too much. You want to be free. You like fuck all that. It's too much trying to hide
To
and
hide
do all
who
that
you
extra stuff.
are.
it's too much energy to have that pressure on you, especially thinking that way at such a young age. It's not. I didn't find it to be comfortable and feel good. So at 15, I was like, you know what? Okay, fine. I'm gonna tell her. So she was drinking one night, and I was like, perfect opportunity. She ain't gonna remember this tomorrow, anyways. So she ain't gonna remember this.
Oh
So
my god.
I I was doing some homework in the living room, and she was drinking, listening to her music. And I don't know what happened. Maybe it was on her mind. Maybe whatever she was thinking about it. Maybe it's some stuff I was displaying
Mm-hmm.
that she just couldn't deny it no more. Maybe I was some flamboyant ways that she just said, okay, he's gay, whatever like that.
Mm-hmm.
So then she asked me, she's like, are you gay, Mark? And I'm like, yes, I'm gay. So then she, it was a little quiet for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, I still love you. And she gave me a hug. And she's like, okay, don't catch AIDS. And that was it. And I'm just like, whoa, okay.
Well.
That's interesting.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I love you, but still catch AIDS.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, okay, that's wow, okay. So yeah, so that was that, and it it felt like a weight lifted off my shoulder. It was
You felt
like
good.
finally I could, yeah,
I can
it felt really
finally
good.
be myself
I could
without
be
like.
me. And my older brother had some issues after that for a while because he didn't accept it. Coming from a Caribbean family, it's not, especially coming from another man. He was
Mhm.
not cool with it, but he um he eventually came around after a while
Okay.
and just yeah.
He
But
just
yeah,
like accepted you and moved
he
forward.
accept yeah, he accepted it. And it's like he looks at it as one of those things like, I accept you for you, but don't rub it in my face, so to speak.
Okay, one of those. Okay, I think
Yeah,
that's fine because I think a lot of people in society, at least now, definitely they have after they legalize like gay marriage and things like that.
yeah,
They they don't mind it, but they
yeah,
don't want it displayed everywhere. Like they
yeah.
don't want it
Hmm.
all up in my face. Like I'm cool enough. I don't fully approve of it, but
Hmm.
everyone needs to live their life, but don't flaunt it. And
And with me, I personally wouldn't. Um, that's not my style anyway, and I would be okay with that because I'm not into PDA like that, and also it mostly stems from behind how people of the LGBT community are treated out in public. So I wouldn't mind having to, okay, that's a stipulation you got to live with, because there's some sick people out there. So if
mm,
that means I can hold my man's hand in public, then hey, we could do a whole bunch of other stuff. So we'll be okay. I'd rather have our lives intact and our health intact than having to risk ourselves to hold hands. I
I
know a lot of people
agree.
may not agree with that, but it's okay.
But what do you feel about someone else I was also interviewing? I
Mm.
used the example of, you remember the show Empire,
Yes,
and I still to remember don't even remember this guy's name.
Jesse
Um,
Smollett.
yes, his character was gay,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and in a certain season, not just the first season, that's when he came out, but there was a certain season, maybe like the second or third season. A
Hmm.
lot of people fell off of it because almost every episode was like portraying all his gay scenes.
Yeah,
And like he was
yeah,
kissing somebody, he was making out with somebody, he was having sex with this person, doing way too
yeah.
much.
Mhm.
And a lot of people really fell off of that show because of that. What do you
Yeah.
say to like something like that?
Um, well, the person who created that show, he's gay. The character is really gay in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they were trying to bring it more to the mainstream,
Mm-hmm.
but on a station like Fox, which is,
Yeah.
notoriously Republican and conservative, and being that it's on local television, I think they pushed the envelope a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta like spoon feed people sometimes. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe like a kiss or holding hands, but they could have held back on all the sex scenes. They
Yeah,
could have held back on the
I
sex
mean, it was fine, like for me, because
scenes.
I'm full blown, like,
Hmm.
yay,
Hmm.
pride.
Yeah, yeah,
But for some people, they're like, all right, y'all did too much. Like, I'm not.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like they did not like it. Like I love the show, but you just
Yeah.
took it way too far with all this gay shit.
I always saw stuff like that about when that was coming out, whenever the show was around, people would say, "Oh, they're shoving homosexuality down our throats. Oh, they're making it to seem like it's perfectly okay and fine." And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, I don't think that's the case. What they're trying to do, they're trying to show that there's many different relationships out there, not just the man and the woman or the woman and the woman. There's also all type of relationships.
Mm-hmm.
But being that they were on a prime time slot and they were on a local network,
Mm-hmm.
they could have just simmered it down a little bit.
I think so. Like
Yeah.
I and then a lot of people that a lot of younger kids were watching the show as well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they also go back to like, you're pushing this upon our kids and then they do it in the
A lot
schools
of
as
people do feel
well.
that way. Yeah, a lot
And
of
it's
people
just
feel that
like,
way.
I don't want my kids to think that this is okay to be holding another, like kissing on another girl or kissing on another guy. Like that's not what I teach
Yeah.
in my house. I don't
Hmm.
respect that. And I don't think they should do that in the schools. What do you think about teaching about different types of relationships and different types of love in schools?
It's so funny you mentioned this. I was just having a conversation yesterday with a a friend of mine who has a podcast about something similar. So I know there's some parents who don't do the birds and the bees talks, for whether it's religious purposes
Mm-hmm.
or whether it's just that they're following a some type of, they didn't get taught it, so they're just leaving up to school to take their responsibility on. And some parents rather it be in their hands because they don't know what the kids are teaching them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's I don't have any kids, so I can't really. It's hard to speak on it, but I think it's best to cover it. I don't agree with the fact that they're saying that they want to teach it in elementary school for kids, because I feel like that's a lot for young kids to know so early. You don't have to throw sex and sexuality down their throats so young,
Mm-hmm.
but let them be kids, and when the time comes to it, then they can learn about it. But I think they should learn about all the different stuff like that. I think it doesn't mean that they're going to be gay. It helps them to understand the different relationships there are, different dynamics. And it helps to be a more well-rounded person when it comes to love, sex, sexuality, and yeah, and they can be more tolerant people.
I think so too. Like, I'm a parent and I, of course, definitely this type of profession that I'm in, I
Hmm.
clearly will have the conversation of the birds and the bees of
Yeah, well, of course.
every
If
type
you didn't, I'll be like, girl, really, really,
I'm
really.
gonna talk about every type of love and relationship that's out there. My
Mhm.
child gonna know it all. I
Mhm.
will not be doing my due diligence as a parent and as a sex therapist if I don't throw it out there to my child.
I believe it. You would not want to keep quiet. So yeah.
I'm not. I feel like you gotta educate these kids. I mean, and at
It's
a
true. It's
reasonable
true.
time. I'm not gonna teach
Yeah,
you all
exactly.
this shit now. I'm gonna teach you at a reasonable time where I feel like you
Exactly.
will comprehend, like, okay, this and this. Like, if you come to me at like 9 years old and be like, why is Tom kissing on John? I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, maybe Tom likes John and John likes
Mhm.
Tom tonguing him down, and that's just how life
Mhm.
works. And so, and I probably might just say it just like that. Like that, and Sally might like Becky, and
Mhm.
Sally gonna tongue Becky down too. And
Mhm.
Tom and
Mhm.
Sally and Becky and John, they all get together with me too. It's all possible. There's every type of dynamic, and
Your
my
kid gonna be
child and
going to
every
school telling
child
all the
should
friends.
as
My
well.
mama told me Sally and John and Becky and all of them be doing stuff together.
Because they might, if they don't do it all together, they may do it secretly. Like John might call
Yeah.
Becky, like, I know you with Sally, but and Tom don't gotta know. So,
Yeah. Oh God. This turned
so
into a whole other situation now.
exactly. But it's like it's all possible. Don't lie to
Yeah.
these kids. These kids
Right.
gotta know the same way how like
Yeah.
I know my parents didn't tell me these things. I read.
How did you learn about? Well, oh, I'm sorry. This is your interview.
No, you can
Anyway.
ask me. You can ask me.
Yeah. How did you figure out about all that?
Well, my mother hit me with the birds and bees talk early, like probably
Hmm.
like I want to say 10. I want to say,
Okay.
but obviously you just with heterosexual relationships. But
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
um, I'm very inquisitive. I
Mhm.
read and I'm very like wanting to know more. So it's like
Mm.
I'm like, I want to know more about this gay. I'm like, what is gay? So every time someone says gay, I'm instantly thinking like it's just men, but it meant with women as well. But I'm like, women have a different title. It's lesbian or it's
Yeah.
bisexual, and there's all these different labels. So I'm just like,
I do feel that it's unfair that how it seems like men are more vilified and stigmatized when it comes to the whole gay thing, but it's more accepted amongst women, it seems like.
that's a very sad thing. It's like because it's more okay for women to
Yeah.
be with other women. It's like, okay, we could tongue a girl down today, but that doesn't make me
Mhm.
gay. I may just
Yeah,
want to tongue
exactly.
her down. Like, and
Exactly.
that's
Exactly.
it. And I'm over it. I've got it out of my system. But
Yeah.
it's like if a guy
Like they always say, like how sometimes like girls go through their college phase when they're in college and they're like fooling around with their homegirls, just like, they're testing the water to see what they like, what they don't like. Like
Mhm.
sometimes that could also happen with guys trying to figure things out. But if a guy try, oh man, yo, that's homo, you faggot, da, da, da.
Yeah, but it's
It's
like
like
'cause
we're all human. We
for a
all experience the same thing.
it's different for a man because it's like once you tongue a guy down, it's like oh that you're instantly gay. Like you have to be gay. Like
Hmm.
you can't just get it out of your system. Like I'm cool. I literally just had a friend. I interviewed him as well. He has this logic. It says like he likes men and he likes women, and he's like you know what. Men should just have sex with another man to see if they want to do it or not. Just don't knock it till you try it. Just get it out of your system. And I'm just like, I like your logic.
So he's bisexual. He identifies as bisexual.
huh?
The other person identifies as bisexual.
Yeah. He,
Okay.
he's definitely bisexual, but he prefers men over women.
Okay.
But
Okay.
he's like, men should just try it once or twice and see if you can continue keep doing it. If not, then you're good. And if you want to keep doing it, you do it.
I do feel like in this day and age, especially with this Generation Z that I'm seeing, I feel like we are coming into a time where there's more tolerance happening. There's more understanding. There are more people who are, even if they don't identify as gay or lesbian, there are people who identify somewhere in the middle and they're not afraid to be themselves. And like you see Jaden Smith, you see some of these other rappers and these other celebrities kind
Mm-hmm.
of like gender bending and doing like, not falling into the heterosexual norms.
Mm-hmm. I definitely see that as well. It's not as strict and not as how it was back in our time or even before. Now
Hmm.
it's just basically like okay, you know it is what it is. Some people still may not be for it, but it's like
Yeah,
you can openly just say like, "Hey, I'm gay." Oh, okay, cool,
yeah,
fine.
yeah. Hmm.
Conversation. Like you don't dwell on like, "Oh my god, like really? Why? Ill? That's nasty." Like we don't like you don't really see that as much anymore. The way how society is now is just more welcoming and more easier to just somewhat tolerate it than it was back in the day.
Yeah, I definitely see that. I feel like for all the future queer LGBTQIA LMNOP, I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry, y'all. I love my
Is that
people. They be adding on. They
why
be
is there
adding on a
so
lot of
many
stuff.
letters?
It be a lot. I'm like, come on, this is a mouthful now. Y'all doing too much.
It's a lot. I had another conversation with someone, and he's like, "Where do we draw the line with all these
Yes, come
letters?"
on.
Do you feel the same way?
I do. I'm like, I get it. Everybody wants to be represented.
Mhm.
Everybody wants to be accounted for. But can we just have an abbreviation? Can we just
Like I
the
literally saw the
abbreviation
other
needs an
day.
abbreviation.
I literally saw the other day LGBTQIAPGBP. I was like, listen, you lost me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all doing a lot. I
Yeah.
cannot keep up. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I love y'all. I'm full blown rainbows all day, but God,
Mhm.
y'all really be taking it far. I mean, I'm not saying y'all need to draw the line, but some of y'all just need to just hone in on where y'all at. Like,
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
one of these
Exactly.
letters and put yourself in there.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
Throw yourself in one
I
of these letters and just leave it. because they don't like
Yeah.
LGBTQ plus. They want no. I want my initial in there.
Yes.
All right, LGBTQIAP. That's the furthest I'm going. I ain't going over.
Yeah.
I won't pass that. That's
Hmm.
where I draw my own line in my own brain.
Hmm.
If you pass
Hmm.
that, well, I'm like, listen, the non-binaries, I, you're in my head. You're just not on my acronym.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, you're.
I'm thinking about you. I'm just not gonna write it down right now.
And it's funny. I actually tried to engage with a non-binary person, and I'm just like, when it comes to these pronouns, I'm like, I'm screwed. I'm
Okay.
gonna say he because he's a he, but he don't identify as a he. He's like, I don't use pronouns. I'm like, uh, okay, so and so is so and so, and I don't use pronouns. I'm like, all right, I'm sorry. I just have to walk.
Yeah. Yeah. It can be a lot to try to process because I think people need to be considerate that not everybody is used to all this stuff. And to me, even me, who the binary, the non-binary, all these, it's new to me. I'm like, oh, where these people come from? I'm like, was this
Exactly.
always there?
I'm
You
like,
know?
let me
So
live with my pronouns. Okay, I learned this back in third, second grade. I have to use pronouns. You telling me I gotta turn my pronouns off and use your name? I'm gonna say your name in every sentence. That shit was hard. That
yeah,
shit
yeah.
was hard, and I never
I
thought
think
about
they
all
should try to be more understanding that not everybody is used to it, and it's gonna take some time, and try to be more
that. It took me
understanding.
some time, and he was not for it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't use pronouns,
Oh gosh.
sir.
Yeah.
So and so, the fuck. You go ahead with your non-pronoun self. Bye. Bye. Bye, bitch. Off you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, on to a better note. How
Mhm.
is your love life?
Oh
Love
girl.
life, sex life,
Girl,
all the
girl.
how to get down with the get down stuff.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Love life is a mess. Sorry, y'all. I live in the Bronx, so I'm, in the hood. This is what happens.
It's okay.
But
Disclaimer: we are via Zoom. It's quarantine. All the disclaimers going out in the background. It's
yeah,
so.
I live by the hospital too. So,
Oh, well,
um,
we know what's happening there.
yeah, I live by St. Barnabas. So, oh, so, well, love life. Love life is it's I don't know where it stands at right now. Honestly, I was talking to someone
Hmm.
and things were going good for a while. I'm the type of person I love hard. You know,
We all.
I'm very caring. I'm very affectionate. I'm sympathetic. I empathize. And I like to give people. I would normally say I give you what you put out, but I think I give you
A little more.
more. I give you what I want you to have. I give you more than what probably you even deserve.
Hmm.
Or so yeah, so right now things are a little like in the air. They might not even be existence. I don't even know. Things are in the air. Homeboy is like acting real stupid right now, so I'm like, okay,
Fuck these
doing some real
hoes. They
funny
always
shit.
acting stupid.
Huh?
They always acting stupid all the time. That
I,
dude's always
you
acting
know,
crazy.
it's just sometimes people don't appreciate something good they got until
It's till it's
it's
gone.
gone.
And that's when
They
they
just
want to
don't
come back
appreciate
like,
something good.
oh, they hit you with the, hey, stranger. No, bitch, I ain't no stranger. You know who the fuck I am.
So let me hit you with a situation then. Fine, I'll tell you about this
Tell me.
situation.
Tell me.
So, this guy I'm talking to, we've been talking for a few months now,
Mm-hmm.
and since the top of the year, so going on 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's a long distance relationship, but not too long. They're out in Rhode Island,
Okay.
and so we've seen each other, we've hung out, and there's been exchanging of gifts and affection and all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So a few problems that I have is that one, which is kind of a red flag, but I'm kind of on the fence about it, I guess. They talk a lot about their exes, and they're still friends with their exes.
Oh, red flag.
So
That's a red flag.
yeah, yeah. But so here's the thing. There's always like negative talk, like, oh, this ex hurt me, this ex did this to me, I did all this stuff for this
Is this the
person.
same ex or this is like?
No, all the exes.
Oh, sounds
And this
like.
guy, he's bisexual. So whether it's the ex-wife or all the other ex-boyfriends,
Oh
it's
boy.
like, yeah, yeah.
Oh boy.
So it's like, oh, I did X, Y, and Z, and just to them to cheat on me, or just for them to walk out of my life, and yada yada yada. But yet they're still friends with these exes. They still communicate. They're still
Mhm.
connected on social media, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. If somebody hurt me, why am I still in such close
Okay.
proximity to them?
Yeah,
Why am I so available for them then?
exactly.
So that doesn't make any sense to me. But
Definitely
because
don't make
things are still newish, I'm kind of like, okay, well,
no, baby. You 6 months in, baby. That's not new. You 6 months.
well, yeah, yeah, but I try not to rock the boat too much, I guess, before I
You don't
understand it
rock the
fully, I
boat
guess.
after like 3 months. Okay, once you pass 3 months, that's like
Hmm.
probationary period. Okay, you don't rock the boat those times because you're trying to be in good graces after
Yeah,
3 months. Once you
yeah,
pass those 3 months, I can rock the fucking boat just a little bit, not too hard, but I can
yeah,
rock it.
yeah,
I can tilt it,
yeah.
and
Find out what's I got some questions and I need some answers.
yeah. But I mean, that person I am, I ask questions in the beginning. I don't give a fuck if I'm
Yeah,
going
oh, trust me, I
to
know,
it.
honey.
I'm just like, I need to know. Like, your logic don't make no sense to me. You've been hurt this many times by so and so and so and so, but you still cool. You still
Yeah,
conversating. You
doesn't
still hang
it's
out.
so confusing to me.
That don't make no
And
sense.
then like, and so wait, so that's not even it, girl. It's not even it. So then, um, they have friends that they hang out with, that are of some suspicious nature. They do some stuff that I don't really agree with, but I can't tell him who to have in his car and this and that. But it's like, be
I just
careful
want you
who
to
you
know that
hang
we
out.
are being recorded. Just throwing that out there.
No, no, yeah, I'm not
Okay.
saying none of that.
Making sure that's
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I can't tell you who you have in your car,
mm-hmm.
but you should, like, your company you keep. Sometimes, bro, you could be, you know,
Show me your company and I'll tell you who you are.
yeah,
That's my
exactly.
bad.
That's what I was trying to explain to this person, and
Mm-hmm.
they know that, but they call themselves being nice and try to help people out. So,
Oh God, you gotta. Oh, this is my friend, and they need me, and I'm always gonna be there for my
exactly,
friend. Oh, you got one of
exactly.
those.
Yeah. So, but here's the kicker. So, it's so confusing. They always claim they have no friends, they have associates, but yet they always, every time I talk to them, oh, I'm hanging out with my friend. I'm like, I thought you don't have no friends. So, I'm like, make up your mind. You got friends or you don't got friends? Like, what's going on here? You
Make
know, but
up your mind. What you got? You hang.
exactly.
You hanging with
No,
your
no,
friend.
no, no. But check this part out. Check this part out. So then it's like, so later on when we talk to them after said friend is gone, it's like, oh, so and so told me today that they liked it me and they always liked it me and they wanted us to fuck or whatever. I can say that on here.
No,
No, I said I could say fuck on here.
huh?
I could say fuck on here.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know
Oh, you
how
can
we were
curse. You can
censoring.
go. You can go. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he's like, oh, they always wanted me to fuck them or us or them to fuck me, this and that. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And
Interesting.
this is something that they mentioned about a few different friends about they had a crush on said friend or a friend had a crush on them and this and that. I'm like, so you're pursuing me, you're saying we're exclusive and you're only interested in me at the moment, I'm only interested in you, but yet you're putting yourself in these predicaments that really look really funny and it's raising red flags.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm wrong for pointed it out, and I have trust issues for
Mm-hmm.
saying that this makes me feel uncomfortable, and you're getting attitude and storming out and shit like that. I'm like, look, you ain't gonna be gaslighting me and play mind games, okay?
Oh, honey. Yeah. We gonna have to talk.
Okay,
This episode ain't the topic for this one. I'm gonna have to hit you with
okay,
some disclaimer for everyone that's out there. If you actually have an issue, maybe not as deep as this one, or maybe even deeper, or something. You can still contact me for my services. It don't need to be recorded. We can still talk. I'm still throw that out there. We can still talk. You can contact me, and I'll put down below how you contact me. Mark, baby, we gonna talk. Cause
All right.
you gonna need a session with me. Cause this don't sound right. Instant. Throw it out there. Big red flags. Every issue that you said is red flag.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, that's what I'm
and you've
feeling
been in this
too.
6 months. I don't know how you still in this for 6 months. The dick must be good because ain't nothing else keeping me.
Well, funny thing is,
oh God, don't tell me it ain't good.
no. Here's the thing. You know, I'm a people pleaser. So they was like how, you know, they used to throw the dick, but now they want to take the dick. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Put an S in my chest. I'm gonna be Superman. I'm gonna throw the dick now. That's what you want. I'm gonna throw the dick. So that's what our situation was.
Baby, we gonna talk. That's what I'm gonna tell you. We gonna talk. That's because you. Oh God, red flags, baby, red flags.
Yeah.
Red flags.
Yeah.
Instantly, I'm instantly my brain. No, I'm gonna save that for no private session I have with you. But we gonna leave the love life alone for right now.
Oh yeah, I told you it's a hot mess. I told you.
Yeah, you're right. It's up in the air. It's rocky.
It's flames.
It's rocky. We need to secure this boat and put it. How you say? Put it at the port, at the.
You dock it.
The dock. There we go. We dock it. That's what we need to do. That shit ain't right. It's you in a storm, baby. That's what that is. So I'm gonna end this one. If you had any advice for your younger self, what would it be?
If I could give my younger self any advice, I would say, be proud. Be proud of who you are, your sexuality. Don't let anybody make you feel uncomfortable or ashamed of who you are and what you are, and be comfortable. And if anybody don't like it, then that's their problem. You know, be
Fuck
you, and yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
I've been saying this in all my episodes. Live your truth. Living your truth. Definitely for all my private episodes. And any episode that I do, regardless, be who you are and living your truth. Because at the end of the day, during this COVID-19, if you don't learn something, you don't have time to be bullshitting around and dealing with no type of bullshit. So it's either you speak up or you just continue to take the bullshit. It's either you eat or be eaten. It's either you check or you checkmating. And if you continue to be checking, you ain't gonna get checkmate. And you don't want nobody to be checkmating that ass.
Okay, that's right.
Yes. Boom.
Boom.
Yes, that's how that goes. So your camera closed out.
Yeah, it's the last battery
thing
thingy.
now. But guys, follow the Instagram Vanilla Spice Enterprises. Follow the personal Lady Vanilla Bean Frap. Facebook sex_love_relationships. And we will be back with another episode. Pride Month, we still going hard. And anyone that wants to do an episode, contact me, and all this will be posted below. Thank you, guys. Bye.